So we all know the state of inflation right now is not good and not really getting too much better as time goes on. And we got CPI data today to kind of reflect that and threw the entire market down the toilet. Everything was very unhappy with the numbers that came out right now. And these are the numbers from the CPI report you can see in August, so month over month. We went up 0.1%, so basically flat, not much going on. But for the year over year, still over 8%. 8.3% is technically still down from the last one reporting. I think it was 8.5%, but not by much. And we can see this is the chart right here. You see, we kind of maybe hit a peak a couple months ago where with this 9.1 right here for the May readings, and it has been going down since then, but not really by too much. And the rate hikes that the Fed's been doing hasn't been something insane. So maybe the market's kind of looking towards that, thinking maybe there's more bigger rate hikes coming, which is not good for the stock market, for crypto and Bitcoin even. So that those are going down on this news as being worried that there might be bigger rate hikes coming in the future. And to make it even worse for like this, where we see overall CPI inflation, which is pretty manipulated. Obviously, these are very, very low numbers compared to what's really happening because of how CPI works. And if we look at this chart, you can see the peak and seems to come down. But if you look at other things and kind of look at them individually, the cost of rent is skyrocketing. There is nothing happening here where it looks like it's curving down. It's still going up and no signs of coming down. And that could be still affected with the interest rates going up because obviously interest rates go up, mortgage rates go up. If mortgage rates are up, that means the cost of the mortgage goes up for the landlord of the house, which means your rent needs to go up so that the landlord can still make his payments. So if interest rates going up causes all that to spiral, rent could probably keep going up even though they're making interest go up and the market's puking and everything is going down. It just seems like that might be the way that this is going to work. And we also have the cost of food, which is going parabolic and showing no signs of slowing down either. So food skyrocketing. There's no peak here. There's no turn down. There is none of this right here where we can see it kind of starting to come down. That's not happening. It's absolutely just a straight line up. And compare for food and rent is going to be the majority of the cost for the majority of people. Most of your money goes towards food and rent. So if those are spiraling out of control, then you still have a problem and it's not slowing down. And just for food, real quick, with the CPI, in the CPI, they'll take food as part of it. But what they do with food is say you have an item that you buy all the time that costs $1, and now that dollar good costs $2 now. You're going to, and then there's maybe a generic version of it that's still for $1. People go from buying what they were buying to the generic version. So in CPI, that would show 0% change because people are buying the cheaper version, when in reality, it's 100% inflation and people are just buying cheaper things because they're going generic or they can't afford the brands anymore. So it's a little misleading there, saying like food is fine, but in reality, CPI takes food that's going up in price. If people aren't buying it and going down to a lower one, that's the one CPI focuses on. We can see the stock market did not like this at all. Everything is red. It's actually the worst day in the market since 2020, since COVID crash. So everything, I mean, there is nothing. This is green, I guess. Basic materials for agriculture, I guess, is green. That's literally it. Twitter's green. Maybe Elon Musk drama there, but there is everything red. When you see Apple going down almost 6%, Microsoft 5.5%, Google 6%, that is bad. When the $1 trillion companies are moving like this on a daily basis, something big is going on. And even the crypto markets, not good either. Bitcoin is at 22,000. You can see right here, basically the news coming out around this time, and just an absolute plunge from it went from almost $23,000 all the way back down. So stocks absolutely puking, crypto dropping as well. Nothing is really happy with the state of everything that's going on. Nothing's happy with this inflation report. It doesn't look like things are getting much better. And the Fed has said that they are going to do whatever it takes, whatever possible to get inflation back down, which obviously scares people into thinking something like this, pricing in a 28% chance, which isn't massive, but it's bigger than it was before, of a 100 basis point rate hike at the next FOMC meeting next Wednesday. And 100 basis points means 1%. So this is something that people are expecting to come into or maybe can happen. And obviously, a 1% rate hike is not something the market is going to be happy for, and that's moving it down. This inflation report not getting too much better, things still skyrocketing like rent and food. The market is not happy with what the Fed's response might be. That's what everyone's focused on right now is the Fed going to respond with more aggressive rate hikes and being more aggressive? That's what people are kind of focused on. And unfortunately, inflation and the Fed's response has a stranglehold on all markets, and everything is just basically staring at that and waiting to see what happens. So we've been in this inflation problem for what seems like forever now. I think it's going on almost 2 years at this point, and still not much headway made on that, not much control of inflation. And the Fed's obviously last thing they want to do is let it get out of control. And we're already in a technical recession, even though they want to stay away from that word. So, how much more can the Fed just attack everything? How much worse can it get? How much worse do they have to make it get before, inflation gets under control and things can start getting better? That is the big question right now. But that's going to do it for this video, guys. As always, don't forget to smash the like button and subscribe on the road to 1,000 subscribers. I'll see you guys in my next